Guys, we're on, come on.
Good evening and welcome to the 6 o'clock news. I'm George Balgoni.
And I'm Jack Lanterno.
Some real heartwarming news coming out of the SEAL community. Today, as a local seal that had escaped from the aquarium last Thursday was found crawling inside a sewage drain. Workers spent several hours trying to get the seal out of the sewage drain, and when they finally did, they killed it with a shovel. The killing was handled by a technician. They really bashed him in good there, Jack.
Well, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Indeed.
Those seals. Alright, we're gonna turn it over to Tony Showers with the weather and traffic. Tony? Tony?
Alright, I'm Tony Showers, and I'll do the weather now.
Jeez Louise, Tony's, wear a suit for once. You've been working here for 5 years.
Alright, I'm sorry. So anyways, the weather will be moving in from the east to the west. It'll be moving this way, and you can see some scattered flurries and snow. There'll be a snow in the tropics.
You're not even pointing to the right place.
Shut up. Rain will be really coming in today, so remember your umbrella. Spring is in the air with this 5-day forecast. It was 15s across the board, as you can see. And I guarantee it to be within 5 degrees of correct, or else my stage manager, Denny, said he would probably fire me next week.
Thanks for that, Tony. That was horrible as always.
Coming up after the break, how many cobras in your bathtub is too many? We'll tell you. Send us your tweets.
Welcome back. Before the break, we asked you to send in some tweets about cobras. Here's what you had to say.
This one's from @CountryGirl123456766767. Cobras are totally dangerous, yo.
Well, this is from @RagingCajun, who says, please stop talking about cobras and get back to the news.
You know what? You little punks need to understand I'm going to talk about cobras whenever I want to talk about cobras. My grandson was killed in Iraq by a cobra. Not by a bullet, not by a tank with a gun on it. He was killed by a cobra, alright? I'm going to talk about them whenever I want. Cobras are dangerous. They're going to kill you.
George, you're 35 years old. You don't have a grandson.
I had my son when I was 9 years old, and so on and so forth. Let's get back to the damn news.
Back to the news.
It's Spanish flu season again, and already 2.5 million are dead. So always make sure you gotta wash your hands and get to bed as soon as possible.
Tonight's special report will be done by Trevor Pepperoni, and it's taking a look at the local theater here. Trevor? Well, we've just received word that an unfortunate occurrence has happened to Trevor. He's been captured by Somali pirates on the Hudson River. Now it's time for our new segment we like to call 30-Second Debate. This week's topic,
Gas prices.
let's put time on the clock. Here we go. You know, in my opinion, George, gas prices are way too high. How am I supposed to drive from point A to point B when I can't even put gas in my car?
You need to understand, though, that the gas prices are reflective of what the supply of oil in the world is. You need to understand that it's a limited supply of oil, and every time there's not enough oil, they're going to raise
I
the
have
prices.
a family. I need to drive my kids to school. I need to get to work. I need to put food on the table.
What do you need to drive your kids to school for? I saw your kid. He's in learning resources. He's not smart. He's a dumb kid. All right?
Your
You
wife
need
is
to relax.
the ugliest thing
My
I've
wife is
ever
not
seen
ugly.
in my
wife
entire
is
life. I will come to your house.
She's a
and I will
big
burn your house. Wow!
Looks like that's all the time we have for this segment, and we'll get back to you next week. A swarm of killer bees was released last Thursday at the New York Zoo. There's so many people that died in the attack. It was like 13 people died, and it's making... Stay in your house! In other news, at the same zoo that the attack was released, a newborn baby buffalo was born. Now for the sports report with our celebrity sports correspondent, disgraced sprinter, Ben Johnson.
We didn't get Ben. We couldn't get Ben Johnson. It's Chuck Fast.
Over to you, Chuck Fast.
Good evening, I'm Chuck Fast. It appears that the 2015 to 2016 NFL season has been canceled. We've just received word that 9,700 players on 30 rosters have tested positive for every single illicit substance banned by the league. We've received this list outlining the details of what they violated. Seems they've been ingesting marijuana, cocaine, heroin, MDMA, LSD, marijuana, marijuana, as well as strong boy pills. They've been investing in isotope layers, as well as cumulative damages to their federal properties, as well as a resurgence in the strong, what is this called here? Deer antler splay, as well as deer antler spray. Of course, that helps in the aiding and abetting of the hormones and testosterone pills that they've been taking through this time. It appears that every Sunday we're going to have nothing left to do. I guess I'm going to have to go back to church with my dumb family. Chuck Fast! We've been tracking a developing story for you in the past few days, as racist Clippers owner Donald Sterling has been found in his Malibu home. Turns out he was fine. They just lost him for a few days because he's old and senile. He was eating milk and cookies and enjoying The Rompers. Classic flick from the 1940s. Daytona. 500. 500 years, 500 men, and 500 cars. For centuries, not a single injury or death until today. Dale Earnhardt Jr. was killed. On the track, you say no. He was in the stands eating a pretzel dog with family and friends when he was killed by a man wielding nothing but a t-shirt gun. Striking him in the chest, it launched him 7 stories behind him, and he fell to his death. His body, nowhere to be found. NASCAR officials refused to comment on this, but we believe it is a government conspiracy. Chuck Fast on that one. We now bring you tonight's top scores from around the world in sports. 27, 35, 812, 101 to 94, 93, 107, 204, 91, 35, 26. Chuck Fast, 34, 89, 72, 63, 94, and Chuck Fast. 24, 26, 28, 24, 37, 86, 94, 18, 55, 1 to 3 to 5 to 6 to 9, 26. Well, I guess that's my time. I'm going to throw it on back to you guys, but in the meantime, I'm Chuck Fast!
NASDAQ, Dow Jones.
These are all names that relate to stock trading. And guess what? The stock market is in a crisis.
But here's what you might not know.
NASCAR stock is going up. Why? Because people love race cars.
You're on. Come on, Ron.